There are other empty spots in this cemetery where he could be. Who has gotten the information to give to Google that he's here? I'm not sure. Try asking at the front desk, or front office, which is in the back of the cemetery. They're not going to tell you. They are not going to tell you.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Pierce Brothers Westwood Memorial Park. Here I'm just kind of doing a little walk around. I was trying to make a point, I don't know how good it is, about showing those certain celebrities that are there right now. That was Heather O'Rourke, Poltergeist, Joanna Carson, late wife of Johnny Carson, with her friend Truman Capote. Some parts of his ashes, not all of his ashes are there, parts of his ashes. Belle Torme, singer. Standing where there's so many celebrities here. I bet you've seen my channel. If you've seen my channel before, if you haven't, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. But if you've seen my channel before, you know I've come here a lot to Westwood and Pierce Brothers specifically, I mean. And I have done videos on complete walk around showing all the celebrity graves. There are so many here. You know, over there, there's Florence Henderson. Who else? Walter Matthau. Erwin Winkler, Sage Stallone, and over the Marilyn Monroe, Hugh Hefner, Robert Stack, Unsolved Mysteries, Don Knotts over there. I mean, so many. Natalie Wood's here. Now, they all have headstones. You can find them very easily. But there's two mega stars that are here that have no headstone. And one of the graves, people thought it was in a certain area for so long, but now there's somebody else where they thought this person was. I'm talking about Frank Zappa in the latter part of that garbled mess. Frank Zappa, even when I first did my video, I think I said he was where everybody said he was. But now, let's take a walk over and see that there's somebody else there. And I read her story, and it's a pretty cool story. Now we're just gonna walk right over here as we pass. Where was I looking before? We're gonna pass here. We're gonna come back to this area. But let's go over here. And I think I was looking up here, right? Yes. Now, for years, it was assumed that Frank Zappa was here. He's not. Lou Ayres, Christopher Danny Zeismer, they have been here, 97, 96. So I guess I did this video when I covered all the graves here, maybe before 2019. That's crazy. It's been that long. Here lies Patricia Pernetti Isaacs in God's Loving Care, 1925, 2019. Now, I read about this lady's life. She seemed to be she seemed to be an amazing person. I'm not sure what she actually did for a living. She was in Los Angeles all her life, 93 years old, right? Great. I'm gonna put a picture of her in. She was married 4 times. That's cool. 5th relationship with the gentleman, I think right till the end. She has kids. grandkids. Very, very beloved. Very, very beloved. I was reading about her story. I was like, wow, she really kind of did it all. Her father, Mr. Pernetti, what did he do? Let me think for a second while you know what the hell? I was reading late last night about Patricia because I wasn't planning on really talking about her, but as I looked over her story, read her obituary, I was like, wow, she had quite a life. So I just looked up, and her father was Frank Pernetti. I'm not sure what he did in his life. I'm sure he accomplished a lot, I hope. And he's buried in Forest Lawn, Glendale. I think I had something in my head that he did something incredible. She was married to an actor named Jimmy Lydon. That was her first marriage, who was quite famous at the time, a long time ago. But Patricia here enjoyed hosting dinner parties and weekend sailing trips with her daughter, Catalina. One of her daughters, or maybe all three. She had three, I think. I love that. Seemed to be living her best life. It seemed to just, you know, the picture of her just seems like a great woman who led a great life. But so many people come here thinking or thought Frank Zappa was here. And there's even groundskeepers that would bring people here and say, this is where Frank Zappa is. He's here. Now, Google has pins, not just find a grave, but Google itself has pins to people's graves lots of times now. And Google is now saying that Mr. Zappa is here by the side of the road, right here. Headstone. So this person is here, going in a row. Could be 1 or 2. Let me go back a little bit. There's 2 spots there, technically. And it says on Google that Frank Zappa is here. Right there. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm buying it that he's here. I think he's here, probably, maybe. But Frank Zappa was anti-establishment. Frank Zappa was avant-garde. Frank Zappa also said things like, he didn't care to be remembered. He didn't care, something along the line. Paraphrasing, if you're a Zappa fan, I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing. Frank Zappa, famous musician, if you're not sure who I'm talking about. Mothers of Invention. And he said something about, like didn't need to be remembered. Didn't need to be, you know. He said something along the lines of that. Something along the lines of, I don't need to be thought of like that. Just return me to earth type of thing. I don't need some sort of big memorial or monument or anything like that. Apparently, those were his last wishes. That's probably why he doesn't have a headstone. But there are other empty spots in this cemetery where he could be. Who has gotten the information to give to Google that he's here? I'm not sure. Try asking at the front desk, or front office, which is in the back of the cemetery. They're not going to tell you. They are not going to tell you. So everybody's coming out here now saying, definitively, Frank Zappa is right here. But nobody knows for sure. His family has never said. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, to learn that Frank Zappa is not at this cemetery. It was all just a ploy back in the day, back when he died, back in the early 90s. It was all just a ploy. Could be, and he's somewhere else, a different cemetery, or he's cremated. I'm assuming probably, because maybe in the 90s, I don't think they would pull that elaborate of a trick. But I think he's here in the cemetery. But like I said, people are saying he's right here. So if you're coming in the cemetery, look for the grave of Francis Neil Johnson, MD. Right there. People say Mr. Zappa is here. I like to be pretty sure about things when I say. That's why right now I'm saying I don't know for sure. And I don't think anybody really knows for sure. So as we leave the area where Frank Zappa might be, when we walk past the area where everybody thought he was, I mean, is Patricia's family in on it? Is Zappa still here and Patricia's not here? I don't think so. As we leave that area, we're going to walk back over to where I pointed out before. Just over here, where these potted flowers are. What's the grave's name? Frank Tuttle, I believe, is the name. Where is it? There's Mr. Richard Dawson. Family Feud. Where is it? Look at Frank Tuttle right here. Now take a look. this is for certain. Here lies Mr. Roy Orbison. And I believe, because these are tight together, Sammy Berman chap is underneath, sorry. Oh boy, I had a different mode on my camera, sorry. There, as you can see, underneath kind of right there. But here is Barbara Orbison, Roy's wife, who died after him. Quite a long time after him, I might add. But Roy is definitely right here. Now, the only reason I say definitely is because his family has actually confirmed it and said that, yes, he is here at Pierce Brothers. And Pierce Brothers has told the press, multiple people, because they've been questioned why he doesn't have a headstone. So they've said that he's here, and this is the location. Now, why doesn't he have a headstone? I've read a few different reasons, and they're not great, to be honest. Now, I'm not going to speak ill of his family, Mr. Orbison's family. I did read one thing that they said that they were working on a appropriate headstone for an artist of his stature. If you don't know Roy Orbison, Anything You Want, You Got It. One of the greatest songs ever written. Pretty Woman, Crying. And then, of course, his work with Traveling Wilburys. Elvis called him the greatest singer ever. The sunglasses, the suit, the hair. Standing still while he performed, but the voice. That voice, just incredible. Now, Roy Orbison, apparently they said they wanted the proper headstone, and then they got one, and they didn't like it. So they were waiting. He's been dead a long time. This is a long, long time that he has been here without a headstone. Now, another thing that I read, and this is the part where I'm like, what? His family, one of them said, and this is what I read, I'm going to paraphrase. Well, I read it, but it was a quote in an article, but let's just say allegedly said, we got busy. Life gets in the way. Something to that effect. This is your loved one. You get busy. 30 plus years, more than that. I don't know. To me, that seems pretty harsh. I could see you can't decide on a headstone for a while, but to say you get busy doing other things, this kind of would be a priority, I think. That's just me. I don't know. So Barbara, of course, did not have one either. Roy, still to this day, does not have a headstone. But I think probably the reason is they can't agree on what to put, maybe. I mean, these are all beautiful. Never mind, even the small ones, they're all beautiful. Well, I find all headstones beautiful. Sometimes it's what people can afford, sometimes just what people want. You always got to remember, I don't know, even if maybe Roy Orbison said, I don't want one if I ever pass away. Now, it was sudden, but maybe it was in his will. Maybe he had final wishes. And then, of course, Barbara afterwards said the same thing, but maybe they didn't want one. We don't know that for certain. Maybe the family's chosen not to release that information. But from what I've read, some of the things they've said about the memorial, they couldn't agree on what it was going to look like. They've gotten busy, etc., etc. I mean, I don't know. But we never know. It's always, we can second guess, and we say, why doesn't this celebrity have a huge, I've done videos on celebrity before, everybody writes comments, why is their headstone so small? Why is their grave, not a huge outdoor, circus? It's because, well, sometimes that's what the family wants, or that's what the person who has died wanted. And who are we to say? We're just the fans. Really, it's, at the end of the day, they're people and they have family. So it's really up to them. So we can never really know why some celebrities don't have more outlandish, garish, or beautiful monuments and just simple ones. Some people just have simple ones. Like Richard Dawson. Right here, Family Feud. Who else is around here? There's a couple of people right around here. Natalie Wood is somewhere here. Where's Natalie Wood? I always forget where she is. I'm absolutely crazy. She's right here. Natalie Wood should be right around here somewhere. Am I going nuts? Having a difficult time today. I did a whole tour of you where I just walked around and showed everything by memory, but today I'm suffering a little bit.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Natalie Wood will be right about somewhere right here. Normally Kios. I don't know why I'm having trouble finding Natalie Wood today. This is very annoying for me. She is definitely right around here. She's not that far up, I don't think. Yeah, wandered around and around. So here's Natalie Wood, for example. As I say that the celebrities ever, there really are. So what's your name, man?
James, dude.
James. Scott.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You watch my channel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great.
And you're coming out here for the same reason I am.
Pretty
Roy
much,
Orbison.
Yeah, today I had nothing really going on. I'm like, I'm gonna go. I watched La Bamba this morning on Apple for the first time in like probably 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Valens is buried pretty close. I'll go check it out. And then I did that, and traffic was bad on the way back, so I figured I'd stop here. I didn't think I'd see you though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, his house is not too far from his grave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the house here.
Yeah,
high
that's
school.
right. You did the high school and all that stuff.
Yeah, I did all that stuff.
That's
Come with
pretty
me.
cool.
You want to see Roy?
Yeah, let's check that.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
One of his favorite artists is Roy Orbison and Elvis.
Well, his work with Traveling Wilburys, and have you ever heard the song "You Got It" by him?
Yeah.
Oh man, great song. So he's right here. This is interesting because I was just doing a video on him, and you're looking for Roy. Roy is right here.
Is it unmarked?
Unmarked.
What? Now, what is
his
that?
wife is right here.
Is that just because he wanted it unmarked?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna leave some flowers for him.
Well, there's a whole explanation. You're gonna have to watch the video.
Yeah, I will.
I explain why.
Heck yeah, man. That's cool. Yeah, I would have never found it. I would have been so close. Thank you.
It's right here. They just, it's the family said they couldn't agree on a proper headstone.
Oh, really?
Which doesn't make much sense. It's been how many years?
Oh, my. What? At least 20, right?
30 plus.
Yeah.
And his wife died not too long ago, but still.
Was, I was like probably like in elementary school. My dad loved that, and then also George Harrison. I got my mind set on you.
Yeah.
That little resurgence thing.
Yeah, of course. They both.
Yeah.
And then they joined Charlie Wilburys with Jeff Lynne and Bob Dylan. You know, crazy.
What's his original hit though? The first like
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, but
Crying.
What's the other one? I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
His main hit. My dad and I, we always jam.
I always think of Pretty Woman and Crying, but.
Crying's good too.
And She's a Mystery to Me, written by Bono from U2. That's a great song. I was on Mystery Girl, I think was the name of the album.
Only the Lonely.
Oh, of course. Only the Lonely. Only
so
the
good.
Lonely. How do we forget that? All right, James, thanks a lot, man. That was a nice...
Nice to meet you. Keep it up, man. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for watching, everybody. So Roy Orbison and Frank Zappa are here. Frank Zappa maybe. Roy Orbison, definitely. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace.
Joplin's here too, right?
No.
I'm joking.
See you later, man.
Yeah, take it
easy, James. Peace out.